this will be the first time you've ever seen these irons. Oh, be good. Be good. Be good. The consistency level, they've gone 1 yard apart. So we've got very, very, very consistent numbers there, which is exactly what you are hoping for with clubs like this. The brand new 2026 Takomo. Today marks a very exciting day for 2026 because we have not just one, not just two, but 3 sets of brand new 2026 Takomo irons to show you. Now, this will be the first time you've ever seen these irons. We're going to talk through all 3 sets today, 2 sets that are taking over from a 2024 set and 1 brand new set you will never have seen. So we're going to take them all out on the golf course, see exactly which one may work for me, what may work for you, and look at these beauties. We're going to blur them out a little bit so you can take in the beauty of them all, but we're going to kick off with the brand new 2026 Takomo 101 Mark II irons. Now, these look absolutely fantastic. We'll get out on the golf course, see just how well they can work, and see if you should spend your money on these in 2026. Speaking of money, Brett, how much do you think these are?
$600.
$550. I think that's incredible value, and if Takomo only made these look a little bit better, that would still be good value for money. But there's tech that we're going to talk about in today's video as well. So without any further ado, we'll take these out. We'll come back to these in a little bit later on. Right, so the brand new Takomo 101 Mark II irons. This is a little bit of a kind of big moment for me. I was one of the first people ever to test the 101 irons back in 2018. I remember walking up the path with the box at Fixby, and it was quite a big moment actually because budget irons don't come around all that often. Look at this. So we start with a 5-iron. There's no 4-iron in this set, but we do have a gap wedge, a 48-degree gap wedge, so fairly strong lofted. Play a couple of holes, see how they do perform. We've been inside as well to talk some numbers. But I'll tell you what, first shot with a new iron, and for the price point, that felt remarkable. That's up there. I'd say that's around 200 yards. We do have, I'll tell you what, I'd say it's around 200 yards. What are you saying, Brett? There's no Bobby today. Bobby's on holiday again. Biggest video of the year, Bobby's on holiday.
201.
This is an iron that costs, for the full set, less than a TaylorMade driver or even a lab putter. I find that remarkable. 4,347 spin, first shot of the day, and it's a 209 total. Let's continue with these 101 Mark IIs, and guys, wait till you see what is in them other golf bags that we're going to test today, because very nice, very nice. Right, over the moon with that opening tee shot with this 5-iron. We've got 165 yards into the wind on this first hole at Lindrick. Not a bad effort to say we hit 5-iron off the tee. We're going to hit the 7-iron into this green. We'll talk some numbers, but I want to see if we can put a bit of a score together as well with all these brand new sets of clubs. So guys, comment below, are you excited to see something new from Takomo? How buzzing are you? They've kept that price incredibly low, and some of the tech they've managed to get in here is very interesting. I think if they just had a bit of a cosmetic makeover, it would be worth the money, because I think the people who bought the first generation 101s are maybe getting a little bit kind of worse for wear now. These look incredible. They almost look a bit PXG-like with that white bottom groove and that new shaping, but we also have a variable face thickness, which should allow us to generate that little bit more ball speed on off-center hits. So realistically, like, what more do you want? What more do you want? Right. Let's hope for a good one into this first green. Winds into off left. Oh, that's a bottomy strike. It's just fading out to the right. We might get some use of that gap wedge. What kind of numbers have we generated? So for me with a 7-iron, often I like a kind of 165 number. We've hit that one with a miss hit, 165. So as you can see there, not too bad. What did it spin? Because it was still spinning at 6.2 as well. Horrible bottomy low strike, carrying 155, spinning at 6.2. Let's hit one more, and let's just see if with a better one. We're going to go worst ball for the score, but if we can just get a slight better strike. For me, I enjoy testing bad shots. I think that's what these clubs are all about. Takomo aim these at beginners and high handicappers. And that's exactly why, Brett, isn't it? That is a terrible shot. What have we got there? I love bringing this out as well, by the way. So guys, just a really quick one. As a lot of you may have seen, I've been using the brand new full swing kit for my numbers in the videos in 2026. I've been trusting it for testing. I've been using it to help enhance my game, and I've been absolutely loving it so far. I love the portability. I love the ease of use. I love that it can go in my golf bag. And also guys, if you want to check out, there will be a link in the description below, because I honestly think I've massively upgraded my numbers with this full swing kit. 4.7, 158. We've lost 7 yards. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So one of the other factors that these clubs do have comparable to the previous 101s, and I said last year's 101s are actually 2018 101s, and these do feature progressive weighting. So that means you're going to get the optimized ball flight together with that variable face thickness that we spoke about. This should be a lot more forgiving. I think we've seen on the shots we've just hit into the first, I mean the 5-iron was spectacular off the tee, but having 2 shots that are basically scuffed down the fairway to go flag high almost, quite happy with that, to be fair. Let's test the gap wedge around the greens, because we've never seen a gap wedge in a 101 set either, and I think that's another great option that they've added to this set. There it is, just short. Right, so we mentioned about the gap wedge, and the gap wedge is a very interesting club and a very interesting addition to the set, because look at the size of that sole. There's some camber on there, isn't it? That's a huge sole. And again, the guys at Takomo in Finland obviously thinking about what can help golfers the most. This is a 48 degrees, so really it's like a kind of pitching wedge loft, isn't it? But as I look down at it, it looks, to make a forgiving club look this sleek, hats off to them, done really well. And that's checked incredibly. Did not anticipate that to stop as quick as it did. So we'll flight that further, and that'll check as well. Right, we've got a par putt though, haven't we? We've got a par putt to deal with. Right, we got caught out a little bit by the softness of the green there, but a nice progressive shot. What are we going to score over 9 holes with all these brand new Takomo clubs, guys? Iron only, back tees. Comment below and let us know. Oh, I thought we had it. I thought we had it. We'll blame the chip. Right, so visually we look at these brand new 101 Mark IIs, and as you can see, if we take the cellophane off, very similar to the initial ones. We've got the new Takomo logo, which is a little bit more kind of dumbed down, as you could say, but we have a lovely bit of a kind of matte finish here up on the top, so it really does give it a bit more bag appeal there. The sole looks incredibly wide, looks wider than the first one, and then as we start to look around at the face, I think it's incredible how they've made that face look both appealing with the offset and the top line, but it also looks a little bit, it actually looks sleeker. I don't know how they've done it. That white bottom groove does look incredible, very reminiscent of PXG and Ping and other companies like that, but I think as a rebuff when it comes to the visuals, it's a yes from me, but that's not the most important thing, is it? How do they perform? Let's continue and find out. Right, another tee shot, another 5-iron to hit, and I'd be interested to see online on the Takomo website how many people would potentially progressively set these through. So maybe go 101 and go, I haven't told you what the ones are yet, are the guys? Stay tuned, I can't wait to show you the other clubs here. If Chris and Dave get out of our way, Brett, we'll be able to go. I hate being held up. I think we can go, can't we, with a 5-iron? Saying that, can we get it? What do you reckon's a good one here? 220 with a 5-iron, loads of offset on here, nice thick top line. That's the perfect line and perfect tee shot. Turf interaction there, interesting. If we can come and have a look at the divot here, that was actually a little bit toey on the strike, as you can see. So I thought I'd struck that really, really well, but unfortunately, it was a bit toey. So not amazing feedback, but I won't anticipate that. We haven't picked it up because I've put that too far behind, which is, I would have liked to have seen how far that went. Oh, look at that. Exactly perfect line again, felt fantastic, and we've got it that time. What do you think, Brett? Spin, 4, 4, 4, 4, all the fours, very impressive, very good. Carry 191, so a touch down, but it's a 210 total because it was that nice lower flight. We're actually generating some pretty good spin numbers with these new 101 Mark IIs first time out. Very impressed. Let's continue, and so I want you guys to see if these are worth the money or if they're cheap junk. Right, so this is the first shot that we hit. You can see it is a little bit further back than the second one we hit, which did feel more middle. It was good numbers, it was good spin, it was lower. So maybe a tiny bit of drop off there for that toe strike we aptly mentioned. But gap wedge in hand now, and we have just 100 yards in. Into the wind, we'll get some numbers with it, see how good it is. I think from a visual aspect, it's like a little bit of a bigger toe than the last one than I remember, but look at a nice looking shot. We'll put some B-roll of them on screen because the sun's not in a great place. Right, we're in the rough. I expect spin to be a bit lower. That's all over it. Can we birdie the second? That's up there. And we've got, tell you what, 139 total. I reckon that's spinning quite low. It's spinning quite low because it's moist and it's damp. So very, very good shot. Let's get down there and see if we can capitalise with the brand new 101 Mark II gap wedge. Right, so that approach shot is flag high and perfect. You can see where the pitch mark is and it's landed, and stopped on a dime. I want to play a few more chip shots and just see how good this gap wedge is, because I feel like the 101 range is certainly the range for the person who would want to use the more percentage shot around the greens, to use these lower spin rate options, lower launching options. Go on then. That felt fantastic, you know. Bobby will be looking for a new job, won't he, Brett, with that pan round? What I like about that is I can get it to launch low, but I still know it's got the control and it's going to check nicely. It's really soft, that. Really, really soft. For a club that features the amount of technology that it does, it's good. And I think this is where Takomo haven't lost what they started. Because I'm a huge believer in if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the Takomo 101s have been from the get-go an awesome option for lots of golfers. Are they now trying to battle the likes of TaylorMade, of Callaway, of PXG? These clubs are very PXG looking. Anyway, come on for a birdie. Gotta be. Oh, it stayed high. Wow. We move on. Right, so we've managed to get through the first holes in 1 over, which we'll blame the chip on the first. But you can see how all of a sudden we've realised how we can use that gap wedge, get a bit of spin, launch it lower, and start to really put it to some use. We've got the 7-iron now, this par 3, one of my favourite holes on the course. It's into the wind, it's 165, so it's going to have to be a good one, and we know that from the shots that we hit on the opening hole. Next hole, guys, we're getting the next brand new Mark II irons out. And get ready till you see them. Right, a hole in one would be nice, wouldn't it? Can we just fade it in even though we've got that offset? Oh, that's so good. The wind's just got up in our face as well as I've hit that. And that's still just, has that got there, Brett? It's just dropped down. Now, we can tell how strong the wind is because that felt like a fantastic strike and that's carried 180 yards. Spins down a little bit at 5,000. I would anticipate that just on the type of club this is, 191 total with the 7. So a much better shot there, and really we've just been done by an element of the wind. Let's go another one. Really, really good strike on that one. It was the exact shot shape we wanted as well. Oh, that's so good. Go on. Carbon copy. But the beautiful thing about that, again, so we talk about the wind. Yes, they have been battered by the wind here. I think it's 20-30 mile an hour wind gusting today. The consistency level, they've gone 1 yard apart. That one's spun better. It's spun at 6.3, which is what you'd want. So we've got very, very, very consistent numbers there, which is exactly what you are hoping for with clubs like this. Right then, let's continue. Right, luckily for us, the bunkers are GUR, so we'll have another couple of chips with this gap wedge. But guys, comment below, what are your initial thoughts on the brand new Takomo 101 Mark II irons? Can we play a nice little chip with this gap? Tell you what, go on then, it's another one. That was 100% record. That's level par for the 3 holes, by the way. We'll take that. Guys, comment below, what do we think's coming next? Another one. Go on then. Less than 600 quid. Okay guys, next up on the list after a fantastic showing with the 101 Mark II irons, we have these. We have the Takomo 201 Mark IIs. Now you may see a huge difference here between the previous 201s, and I'm going to show you that before we even take them out. We have the previous 201 here and the brand new 201 Mark II. You can see Takomo have gone for a totally different vibe here with the new Mark II. I think it looks incredible. This is designed to be for anyone who's at a 5 handicap all the way up to a 20 handicap. So there's performance here, there's forgiveness here, and once again these are exceptional value, a little bit more at $649. So let's go out, let's talk some tech, let's talk some numbers, and let's see if these Mark II 201s could be the clubs for you in 2026. Now these could well be the clubs that I'm most excited about testing. However, there's a brand new club coming towards the latter end of this video, which I didn't see coming personally. I think it could be a game changer, but you can see the 201s here, a huge difference as we've already seen to last year's 201s or the previous 201s that were used by the likes of Grant Horvat. But what really excites me about these is the possibility and the variance of handicap Takomo are aiming these at. They're aiming them from a 5 handicap to a 25 handicap. That's a huge range of people who could maybe get the most out of these irons. Right, par 3, 11th hole, 175. I've got 8 iron. It's going to ask a lot of it, but this looks so good down at the ball. They've really took some inspiration from some good looking clubs. I think that really good has it got there. It's cutting a bit on the wind. I tell you what, it has as well. That has managed to get up there, and that has carried 167. So for me, a 7 iron usually carries around 165. It's spinning quite low, so that would be a little bit of a worry, but 173 total. So you can see that should be almost up there at flag high on this par 3. Now with my set of 301s, and we'll say here 301s are still staying in the lineup, so don't worry if you are a 301 player, that's a 7 iron, so that's a club longer. And these aren't fitted either. These are just the standard KBS 120 shafts and Lampkin grips that we know that Takomo do offer you with them. Right, let's try and hit it a little bit straighter. The wind will take it back, we know. Can we get it even further with this 8? This will be interesting because that was a bad toe strike. It's all over the flag if it's carried the bunker. And I think it has, hasn't it? I think it's like pitched over the... So we've got a 155 carry that time. Spin massively up, and 158 total. So again, for a miss hit, that felt incredibly toey. It's around my normal 8 iron distance. So far with the 201s Mark II, not bad. We can actually just see as well how bad the toe strike was there as well. So the tee's there, and you can see just how far across the face that has struck the ball. So actually, we've got the variable face thickness in these new 201 Mark IIs, very similar to the 101 Mark IIs, and that is designed to help maintain ball speed across the face and up and down the face. So a little bit more technology than the previous 201s. In fact, quite a lot more technology than the previous 201s. Right, so the second one hit the shoulder of the bunker. It's plugged into the bank there. So very, very interesting drop off from that toe strike, but not a terrible drop off. I mean, if that was a blade, we'd be in the bunker, if not reaching the bunker. So that tech has still helped us, and we can see here we've got just front edge. So do we test the pitching wedge, Brett, or do we go putter? It's off the green, isn't it? So pitch, I tell you what, bring this in, because as a pitching wedge, if you are that kind of 5 handicapper that maybe they're looking at, look at that for a head shape. That looks absolutely gorgeous to me. So again, it's kind of filling you with that bit of, could you say, confidence maybe? See if we can get a bit of check and roll this up nicely. He's not done it again, has he? You know, I'm not even mad. But the feel of these short irons are really, really good. And I think even the 101, the gap wedge was fine as well. From a visual standpoint, we can see that, so the kind of matty finish on here on the 201 is lower down. So if you did go split set, you could really tell the difference, because the 101, if you remember, it was up here. Visually very, very nice again. How's that not gone in? That was for 3 chip-ins in a row. Right, so almost another chip in there with these new Takomo MK2 irons. So this is one of my nemesis holes here at Lindrick Golf Club. It is the, what is it? 12th. You know what, I couldn't even see that. Still learning my way around here. I've joined this year and really enjoying it. So tell you as well, huge thanks to the members and everyone here because they've been fantastic. But 4-iron, oh Brett, look at that. Look at that. Like, as a 4-iron goes, I actually put in a Takomo 101T, funnily enough, 4-iron in my bag. And I used it just off the tee lights. I found it really helpful. I found it really forgiving. And this 201, it's like a little bit more offset, but a very similar feel. That's gone arrow straight. It was again a touch toey, which is a shame for, I mean, to be fair, it's done really well. A touch toey with the 4-iron. What do you think? I'll keep asking you what you think.
196.
191. Spinning at 4.3, so plenty of spin on there. And as you can see, we've got 207 total. So I think if you're going to misstrike an iron, a long iron off the tee, and it's still going to go 200 yards plus, that is an iron that could really do a job for you, isn't it, realistically? Let's hit a couple more. That's going to be the shot that we play for the score. But let's try and get one a bit more central and see if we can maybe carry it over 200. That's what I would hope with a 4-iron like this. Right, we're not going to hit one better than that. That's the perfect line, the perfect strike. The offset isn't kind of moving it too much. What do we want? 201 carry. 3.8, that is the perfect spin number for me for a 4-iron. Plenty of ball speed. 222 total.
Wow.
So we're really showing here these can be powerful irons if you want them to be. They can be forgiving irons if you want them to be. And they can be versatile irons if they want them to be as well. I got muddled up for words there, but I'm really excited about them, so let's carry on. Right, two pretty good shots there with the 4-iron on this 201. And one of the other bits of technology we have in these 201 Mark IIs is the progressive weighting technology. So if you have a look in the heads, you'll see we have these little kind of screw facets here, and they do help you with that progressive weighting throughout the set. So that's going to allow you to get different ball flights, different optimized ball flights. As you can see, we hit one which we weren't very happy with. That's just on the right hand side. And the second one, which is down in the fairway, I mean, it's gone a long way down there, which is interesting, but also it's not gone a million miles further, which I'm pleased with, to show that the first strike wasn't the end of the world. But if you can do that properly, it's nice to know it goes further, but there's not a huge gap, is what I'm trying to say. So with that 4-iron off the tee, we've left ourselves 133 yards, playing 125 yards. Enter the pitching wedge. We nearly chipped on the last hole with it. Can we stick it nice and close on this 12th hole? And we're hitting not full. Try and play it about kind of 120. That gradient should work nicely. It's a central flag. Try and get a tack in. Again, a nice shape on this club. Oh, be good. Be the club then. All this for less than the cost of my putter, for less than the cost of a driver, for less than the cost of maybe even a couple of green fees. As we can see here, do you know what yardage I said we had?
Yeah,
133.
133.
7,000 spin, 131 carry. So it's stopped on a dime. It's everything that I want it to be. And again, so this isn't even the most exciting club we're going to show you today. And it wasn't the 101s. Stay tuned to find out. Right, so with the second tee shot, would we have been too close? Because with the pitching wedge, you want to still be able to have a bit of versatility. We're left with 106 yards, so on the angle, not too bad. Do we lose the ability to play a 100-yard pitching wedge with this 201? Does it need to be smaller? Or is that pretty perfect? That's even spun back, hasn't it? So good. Right, what a day so far testing these new irons, and there will be more in-depth videos coming of all these irons standalone and testing them against some of the bigger, more expensive names. The one thing that I tip my hat to with the guys at Takomo is keeping the price the price. It could have been so easy to say, you know what, we made some fantastic budget irons 7 years ago, and we've got some now huge names. We've got Grant Hall, we've got the Bryan brothers, we've got tour players using these irons. See the backspin there, by the way, that's gorgeous, isn't it? So we're going to release the new ones, and we're going to stick the prices up just a little bit. And apart from like inflation and maybe tariffs and all that political stuff, they've actually kept true to to what they set out to do. And again, I think that's a fantastic way to be. Come on, let's hold the putt. It deserves a birdie, this. Oh, you've left it high again. It's a great effort, and for a hole which I've always said is quite a tricky one for me, it's one of the easiest pars I'm ever going to make with a 4-iron pitching wedge combo. So one of the big factors I want to try and kind of portray, I've got it there eventually, is the enjoyment that I'm finding here. We're actually having a really good time out here, having a bit of a laugh with it, aren't we? And I think that's exactly what Takomo's mission objective still is. It's, yes, we want to take ourselves a little bit more seriously. We want Grant, we want the Brian Bros like we said, but we also want those recreational golfers, more so maybe with the 101, but I think even more so now with the 201. You can see just with the handicap bracket they are looking for, that 5 to 25, they want people to enjoy golf and not just think, oh, I hope I get 36 points at the weekend or I'm not going to enjoy it, because that, no one wants to be that guy really anyway. So, 4-iron, that's the worst strike we've had. That's a really, really toey one. You can tell where I'm striking it today. What have we got? We've got a 182 carry, so we've dropped kind of 20 yards, 3-7 spin, 193. It's nearly got to 200. That was just a, to be honest, do you know why that was so toey, Brett? you were stood in the SZ, mate. Yeah, let's have another go and try and hit this a little bit better. Still nearly 200 though. Oh, now we're talking. Well, that's the ball flight you want, that's the shot we want. And that was absolutely gorgeous. So straight away, as we start to get a better strike, we start to get better compression. We can see on the full swing here, we've got 196, 4-2 spin. A little bit higher spin than the previous good one we had, but it's 220 again. So if I hit an okay shot, goes around, well, if I hit a bad shot, it goes around 200. If I hit my Sunday best, 220, and you can see there in the fairway, they're both quite close together actually, so realistically, that's where you pan, Brett. That's where we pan and zoom.
Oh, he's got me all over.
Right, so I think it's really interesting here where these two balls have finished, because yes, it's important to get the monitor down and talk numbers and spin rate and ball speed, but when it comes to it, we've hit a terrible one and one of my Sunday bests with this 201 Mark II 4-iron, and they're the differences. So realistically, how much difference is that? Is it noticeable? Yes, you could say, is that kind of 7, 8, 9, 10 yards? But realistically, are you hitting a different club in? I'm going to hit a 6-iron up here, and we'll see just how good these are. The 6-iron's the only one I've not took the wrapper off actually, so we'll get that off, and if I can, you know, I used to be really good at that. Lovely. Right. Now, what do you think we have? 150's there. Flag looks to be uphill. It's playing 179. 176 playing 179. Should be about right. Hopefully. Tough shot. Just concentrate on making a good swing and getting the number. Be good. Be good. Is this? I feel like Anton Decker going to come out the bushes any minute, because this is going incredibly well. That might be a touch long actually, but 186, 6,500 spin. That for a club of this design, again, is really, really good. You can see my divot pad, I'm actually coming across it a little bit today, probably more so than I would want, but we're still getting good numbers, we're still getting good ball speed, and that for a distance is very, very impressive. I don't know why I'm hitting another, because I don't think I'll hit it better than that. Famous last words. That's gone a lot lower, hasn't it? And I reckon that's spinning quite a lot. That could, people look at that and go, oh, what a great shot, that's a knuckleball, it's powerful, but that could be a concern. But spinning, oh, we'll take the mud off, 6-1, carry 191. So they're actually, what was the difference there? 3 yards? It was 188, wasn't it? So realistically, the one that I think's gone like an absolute knuckleball still has a spin rate to be controllable, and that's where potentially the variable face thickness, all that progressive weighting throughout the set could really be coming to pay for these new clubs. Do we talk about that shot? Wow, you can see that 4-iron 6, you know what, you never even dream about trying to hit. Don't worry about your shadow, Brett, it's fine, Bob does it all the time, don't worry about it. You would be worried, no, you wouldn't even think about hitting 4-iron, 6-iron there. It's downwind a little bit, and you can see the second shot's actually missed the green. It's landed in the semi and then kicked through a bit. But even that kind of downwind for a 6-iron shot from there to there, absolutely outrageous. Come on. This is to get under par on the final hole with the 201 Mark IIs. And the clubs that are coming up, you will absolutely love. I know you will. It's another par. Okay, last but not least, we have a brand new set of irons from the guys at Takomo. We've spoken about 101 Mark II, we've spoken about 201 Mark II, introducing the brand new 201T Mark II iron. So this actually kind of replaces last year's 101T. I say last year's, these have actually been around for quite some time now, and once again you can see they look absolutely fantastic. We've got a new finish on there. We actually have variable face thickness technology in there as well, just like we do in the other irons. These are designed for that kind of lower handicap who still wants a little bit of feel, a little bit of control, but also immense performance. Again, these are coming in at an extraordinary price. Let's get out there finally and see what we can do with these 201T Mark II irons. Right, these, as soon as you get these out on the golf course, now I've already hit some numbers with these in the simulator at Woolwich, and I'm not going to lie, they target these at the lower handicap range, but I think they're almost doing themselves a bit of a disservice, because I feel like you could maybe have a bit of a split set 201T 201. So these replace the old 101Ts. They were an outstanding iron. I've already said that I put that 4-iron in my bag and it worked really well. So let's chuff on the 4-iron on this par 5. We're still level, aren't we, for the 9 holes? Can the 201T Mark IIs get us under par? A tiny looking head comparable to the clubs that we've already hit. And a slightly firmer feel actually. That's done quite well. It's a nice high fade. We haven't struck it amazingly well, but we haven't struck it bad either. And I think it's important that we see the ball flights, but we talk about the numbers 192 carry, 4-3 spin, exceptional spin again, and a 208 total. Now the important thing there is, I would say that was a mediocre 4-iron, and I think the guys who are wanting to use these clubs, a mediocre 4-iron is going to be maybe the 4-iron you hit half of the time. Now, can we hit a better 4-iron? I think it is a little bit more daunting looking down at these, but I could certainly get used to it and hit. I think that's better. I'm not getting as much feedback off this 4-iron as I was the 201. It was better turf interaction. The last one carried 192. This one's carried 193. It spun a tiny bit higher. It's going to be another 206. So they've gone exactly the same. This is where you may lose a bit of distance if you do opt for the 201T, the Mark II, but you may gain a lot of consistency. Can we go 3 for 3? That's the best strike so far. Probably with any 4-iron actually. That was centered, it was compressed, and it was nice. Ball speed's nice, 133. Spin exactly the same. Exactly the same spin there at 4,300, 201 carry, 216 total. So we've got a 10-yard difference between the 3 shots there, and that's an average shot, another average shot, and my Sunday best. Not bad. So again here we talk about how important the numbers are, but we look at where the shots have finished, and once again that consistency factor really is really impressive. So we're on the par 5. What do we have in? Because we're going to try and plan this. The score is still important to me. I still want to try and kind of break par if we can with the holes we've got left with these irons. Right, we have 289 yards in. So if I want to just knock it 120 leaves us 160. Can we just flight down? Because this is where if you have these in your bag, you are thinking more about scoring, you're thinking more about playing shots down. And all I want to try and do here is play like a 140 yard 8-iron. Try and leave another 8-iron in. Bring this in. Bring this in, look at this for a head shape. very, very PXG-like, isn't it? And I think that's a fantastic thing for them. Right. A little bit heavy, that one. I've not quite caught it my best, but what kind of numbers are we getting from? I said I want 140, didn't I?
Yeah.
45. What's it carried? 141. Like, it's just doing everything I want it to do, even on shots where I've like tried to think about what I want to do. So what really separates these 201 Mark II Ts? I've said that wrong. 201T Mark IIs. So we have a tungsten weighting in there, a through bar weighting, and that's 4 iron to 7 iron. So again, that's going to get you that little bit more kind of forgiveness. It's not going to be here in the 8 iron, but 7, 6, 5, 4, it's going to be in there. That's going to help you with the versatility and of course the forgiveness. We also have CNC milled on the face, which you don't really see at this time of year in the UK, but again, that's just to help with spin rates and consistency. And we also have that machine variable face thickness, which we have on the other clubs. So again, they've got a nice kind of family of clubs here, and I feel like from, what do we have in? We should have about 150, 140. I want to try and play the same shot. It's 152 playing 148. Now, I think with this makeup, that is probably going to be about right. We're going to take a little bit off it, because this is where I feel like you do want to have that ability to flight it down, that ability to do what you want with it. I think that's lovely, that should be all over it. Seemed to dip out the air a little bit, that one, with the wind, didn't it? What do we have there? That was a I said I wanted 140. Try to be as transparent with the numbers as I can for you here. 140 carry, 7.2 spin, and that's a 143 total. So it's pretty much the exact number I wanted. However, visually, it did look to kind of, I don't know if there was a bit of mud on the ball maybe, jump out of the air a touch. Right, we'll go again. Oh yeah, I've hit that a little bit harder, and you can see that's pretty much perfectly flag high. So we've had a nice little kind of crest one at 143. We've hit it that a little bit firm. We've got a 153, both spinning in around the 7,000, 7,500s, which for a hollow-bodied 8 iron is incredible. It's really consistent, it's really nice, and it's stopped nice and quick as well at 156. So not the longest of irons in the world, these 201T Mark IIs, bit of a mouthful, but certainly consistent, certainly workable, and certainly for you lower handicappers into the mid handicappers, I think it's a great option. You can really see as well just how accurate we've been there as well. So this one did seem to dip out the air. There is still a bit of mud on it, so maybe it was that. But again, we've got a nice shot there for the second one that stopped on an absolute dime. And again, that's important when I'm knocking down a shot. It still had the spin rate to be able to do that. If you're talking an early generation P790, maybe even an early generation 101T or a 101, it might just knock the spin off. It'd go too far, you'd be through the back of the green, and you'd have a bit of a nightmare on your hands. So, can we knock it close with... I mean, the wedges have been probably the best story of the day, haven't they, so far? I've pulled that a bit, but see how much check that had on it? I've pulled that, I'm thinking, oh no, that's going to release down and be absolutely horrific. And it's checked absolutely delightfully. And we've got a little 2-footer for a par 5. Two holes to go with the new Takomo 201T Mark IIs. That wasn't very flattering, was it?
No.
Wasn't good, that. Right, so for the next 2 holes, we're going to focus on the score. We're still going to get the numbers, still going to talk heavily, obviously, about these 201T Mark IIs, but I want to get under par. 4 iron off this tee. It's into the wind now as well, so these are the irons where, if you stayed right in this video, guys, thank you, but you want to see them flight down, you want to be able to have the versatility, you want to play different kind of shots. We'll move it back in the stance, play more of a that kind of shot, a lovely low fade down this fairway, a good strike, and again, this is where maybe those 101 Mark IIs, those 202s, you would struggle a little bit because it's going to want to get up in the air. You can see that we've really flighted that down. It's a 180 into the wind, and we've got that spin at around 3,000, so not too bad at all. I think that's a bit of a misread, to be fair, but let's get down there and see what we've got. We have 171 playing 161, and this is where I think with The 201Ts, I think, of totally different shot situations than the 101 or 201 Mark IIs. 6 iron, try and flight it down a touch, try and control it. Still a bit of offset on here, so it's not like a pure player's club. Try and control that club face. I've hit that terrible. I've hit that terrible. What's that gone? Didn't look to be bad for distance. It's a 140 and it's a 161, so it's actually gone the perfect distance total. We've done okay for distance. It's just bled out to the right hand side a little bit, unfortunately, on us. Oh yeah, that looks better. Looks better strike. What we got? So we wanted 161, 168, spin axis 0. Pulled it a little bit, so the machine must have been facing the other way, but not bad. Right, much sleeker, smaller design on this 201T pitching wedge. Does that mean a bit more versatility? Can we flight it in a bit higher? Let it check. Oh! It was a bit attacking. It was a bit attacking. That's a par putt with 1 hole to go. And the hole that we've got to come is basically going to be a good 4 iron into the wind. It's one of the best challenging par 3 final holes you'll ever see. Oh, it just scooted on, didn't it? Never anywhere else. Right, hole in one on the last with the new Takomo 201T Mark II. 2 under par through 9. You heard it here first. If you don't watch the last hole, you'll never know. 204 yards, wind off the right. It's 197 officially. It's just a nice 4, isn't it? A nice 4. Start it right hand side of the green. Let the wind bring it back. That'll be good. Be good. Be good. Is that good? Very good. This is where these irons could be, I think, for more than just the handicaps Takomo were saying. We said we had 204, 202, 212 total, spinning at 4-1. That, is the perfect shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, Brett! Under par! Under par! That's for Sean. Sean, that one was for you. The other ones were for Jonas, that one's for Sean. Have some of that. This for the under par, which, again, the big thing I'll say about these clubs is I don't feel like I've been out with a budget set of clubs, and the prices these all are still very much that, half the price, if not lower, than some of the bigger name brands. Has to turn. Guys, it's level par with the brand new Takomo 101 Mark II, 201 Mark II and 201T Mark IIs. If you've enjoyed that, smash the subscribe button below. I personally think these could well be the irons for you guys to look and anyone to beat in 2026. Look out for more in-depth reviews coming soon. Hit that subscribe button, and apart from that, I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. Bye.